You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not broken. You're stuck. And stuck is a specific kind of torture because it doesn't feel like failure. It feels like effort. You're doing things. You're showing up. You're trying. And yet, at the end of every week, you're standing in the same place you were before. This video is about why that happens, not the surface reasons, the real ones, the ones nobody names. Stay until number 1. It's the one that unlocks everything else. Number 5. You keep starting over instead of building forward. New year, new me, fresh start, clean slate. These feel like momentum. They are the enemy of it. Every time you start over, you erase whatever compounding you had. The discipline you were building, the consistency you were earning, the identity you were becoming, gone. Because starting over feels like action, it gives you the dopamine of beginning without the cost of continuing. The people who get unstuck don't start over. They start from where they stopped, even when it's messy, even when it's been a while. They pick up and continue. Number 4. You are living someone else's definition of progress. You are chasing someone else's idea of progress and measuring yourself against their map. The job your parents called stable, the timeline your friends are on, the version of success that gets approved in the rooms you grew up in. If none of that is actually yours, you will always feel stuck, because you are running a race toward a finish line you never chose. Stuck sometimes isn't about movement. It's about direction. The hardest question most people never answer honestly is this: what do I actually want? Not what have I been told to want? Answer that, honestly. Everything changes after that answer. Number 3. You are confusing movement with direction. Busy is not progress. Productive is not the same as purposeful. You can be in motion and going nowhere at the same time. Check your task list. Look at what you actually do every day. How much of it is moving you forward, and how much of it is just keeping you busy enough to feel like you're trying? The email that needed sending, the meeting that could have been a message, the planning that replaced the doing. Busyness is the most socially acceptable form of avoidance because it looks like effort, it feels like effort, and it produces almost nothing. 1 hour of focused movement in the right direction is worth more than 8 hours of productive noise. Number 2, you are waiting for certainty before you move, and certainty is never coming. You need to know it will work before you start. You need the plan to be perfect before you execute. You need to feel ready before you move. None of those things are going to happen, not because you're not ready, but because readiness is not a feeling. It's a decision. The people who get unstuck do not move when they feel certain. They move when they are tired enough of standing still. They move into the fog. And they trust that clarity comes from motion, not from standing still waiting for a clear view. The road reveals itself when you walk it. It never reveals itself from a standstill. Number 1, you have not fully committed to anything. The one that runs everything else. You have not fully committed to anything. You have interests, you have ideas, you have things you are kind of doing, but nothing that gets all of you. Half commitment is the death of progress, because half effort produces results so small they feel like failure, which confirms the fear, which makes you commit even less. This is the loop that keeps people stuck, not the lack of opportunity, not the lack of talent, the lack of full commitment to one thing long enough to see it work. Full commitment is terrifying because it removes the exit. If you go all in and it fails, you can't say you didn't really try. But that's exactly why it works. When there is no exit, you find a way through. Pick the one thing. Give it everything. Not for a week. Not until it gets hard. Until it works. The way out is reasons your life feels stuck. You keep starting over instead of building forward. You are chasing someone else's progress. You are confusing movement with direction. You are waiting for certainty that will never come. And you have not fully committed to anything. None of this is a life sentence. All of it is a pattern. And patterns can be interrupted. Not with a grand gesture, not with a perfect plan, with one different decision. You already know which of those 5 is yours. You felt it when I named it. That feeling is not guilt. That's awareness, and awareness is the beginning of everything. The stuck feeling ends the moment you decide it doesn't get to run your life anymore. Decide that now.